Hi, I'm Arlene with Morrison's Flowers, and today I'd like to show you how to make a fresh boxwood tree. A special shout out to the Alpha Pi Sorority Club and Wilma Rourke. We're so happy that we can share this video with you today. So it's important that you start out with a block of Oasis that is soaked well, and then you also should have a watertight container. I've chosen this one. It fits the block perfectly. If you choose a bigger container such as this, you may need to do 2 blocks high and coordinate the blocks with a long hyacinth stick so that they actually sit on each other and they're very sturdy. So I've sculpted the foam out to match this container, and now I'm still going to do a little bit on the top so that so it's easy to get our boxwood shape. And it's a rule of thumb that we like to go 2.5 times the height of your container. So after we secure it with the Oasis tape, just to be sure it doesn't slip, we're going to start with our top piece of boxwood. Okay, so let me get this out of the way. And I'll put on my glasses. Okay, so let's put this in first. So you have kind of a height that you want to get to. And then we'll start with small branches, actually going out. If you see, it's going straight out from the bottom container. And as is all the rules in your floral design, we like to go with the triangle. So you can see that this actually starts your triangle. So hopefully you have a source for boxwood, like a bush in your backyard. But if you're not that lucky, most florists should have it this time of year. And if they don't, maybe you have some friends who do. So you can see I'm kind of going all around, forming my shape. And don't be worried if things don't look perfect at first. But I wouldn't cut things too short because you can always go back and kind of give it a haircut. Okay. Now, this is a very classic gift and design that has been going on for years, not just here in Colonial Williamsburg, but all over every greenhouse. And it's something that, as is given, it can last throughout the entire holiday season because it's in the wet foam and it needs regular water. And as always, you can decide, your container kind of decides what elements you'll use in yours. Let me get a little more boxwood here. Okay. And even though the boxwood is beautiful, sometimes it can look just a little dark. So we have some other greens to add to it. And we're filming this during business hours, so you may see some customers come in, and we're happy that they can join us, and feel free to watch. Okay, so the boxwood tree is filling in here, and I'm gonna add just a little more before we start adding our other greens and design. Okay. All right, let me get a look at that. Okay. For this purpose, I have some Oregonia here in the shop, which is a variegated green. You may also have a variegated green in Pittsburgh, or you could also use some of the gray green, which is the eucalyptus. And each element brings in a different texture, color, shape. And as you can see, you just keep filling it in. Keep filling it in. I also am lucky enough to have camellia bushes at my house. So when I make these at home, I fill it in the bottom with camellia. You can also use fresh magnolia. And so for here, I think, let me see if the front's done well enough. I'll fill in just a little more. And maybe add we can add cedar to it, a little pine. And of course, you know, I'll tweak this later, but this gives you a general idea of the different things you can add to your boxwood tree. Now, next you would decide how you would like to decorate it. And I've made a bow out of red velvet ribbon, and I added long tails. To flow through it. You could also use great little apples. And also I have some fresh Nandina berries. I don't know if you have some of these in your yard, but my neighbor actually has these. And welcome.
I have a closed sign on your door, you know?
Well, we're filming a fresh boxwood.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay. We're happy to have you watch and join with us.
Can I buy some flowers?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Okay. And you'll put your bows in different spots. Let's see how it's looking. Okay. If you feel like it's looking dark, I love to use lighter colors, so these candy canes are cute. They make a little impact. So we could go on and add different things, but you get the general idea of how it should be constructed, and that you can use a lot more in it, of course, than just boxwood. I wanted to show you some of the other trees that we have here. So this is one with the nod to Colonial Williamsburg. If you'll zoom in on this, Debbie, we have fresh yarrow in here, lotus pods, pine cones, little cardinals, apples. This is kind of a country craft, and this has got cinnamon sticks and berries, cardinals, and it's got a great little plaid ribbon. Of course, you can use silver millimeter balls. This one was created by my granddaughter, and she wanted to go with the gold theme. And it can be just as simple or as elaborate as you would like to make it. So I'm glad you joined us today, and I hope you have a great meeting. And I hope this inspires you to make your own boxwood tree. Please share it with us if you do.